So their unfortunate name has
It
really gotten them.
looks like an ant, honestly.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like it looks like an orangey ant, but like its thorax is bigger. That's it. It's
Yeah.
ano and enough enough the enough Hitleri.
Yeah, just force you to read Latin names on the pod.
I've been going through it with languages, man. I want to get back into language studies again because I miss them.
Ooh.
Like I have a book.
Which ones do you want to study?
I need to brush back up on my Japanese, real bad.
Ah,
Um,
yes.
but other things like I have a Greek book out in the living room that I've like touched here and there on, but I would like to learn Greek. Honestly, any languages would be cool. I've always had the dream, but not the brain capacity to just like learn as many languages as possible. That's just not the way life worked, but
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, that is really, really cool.
Good morning. Welcome to Chattalyst.
Recording in a morning today.
We are. Our times have shifted. You're going to see more half awake me sometimes, I'm sure.
And probably me too. I'm just like really awake today because my baby slept legendarily well last night.
Here's to many more restful nights for you. Fingers crossed.
Yay! Yes, please.
Oh, man. Okay. So I brought a topic, and
Woo!
the topic is octopus cities because they're ridiculous. They're cool. It's so cute. They're living like people.
Octopuses are people too.
Octopuses are people too. Yeah, so I have the BBC article, and it's yeah, they were once thought of as solitary creatures, and then scientists finally discovered like that they were starting to live side by side.
Oh,
Let's see here. Smart and truth, where to go? So in
high
2009,
density.
even they found that the gloomy octopuses in close, where was it, Jarvis Bay? Yeah, Australia were starting to live like in close proximity instead of solitary. So cool.
I'm reading later in the article where it says, as well as mating and fighting, the scientists saw frequent complex social interactions, including eviction of octopuses from dens and exclusion of individuals.
They really are people.
The octopuses are intelligent enough to evict each other, which is great.
Dolphins aren't going to be the ones who take over. It's going to be octopuses.
Yeah, they're more cutthroat, they're more ruthless.
Mm-hmm.
That is so, so cool. I've watched some octopus videos. One was watching them like use all of their tools against a predator,
Oh.
squirting ink at them, changing color and texture to match their surroundings, and it
Mm-hmm.
looks absolutely insane. They look like aliens. They
They
100% look
really
like
do.
aliens.
The fact that
And you
you
can keep them as pets.
theoretically you probably can. I don't know if you should, but yeah.
You can eat them. I've
You
eaten
can't eat them.
them.
I have had calamari.
Yeah. They do have short lifespans, which is interesting. I
Yeah.
feel like most like quote unquote intelligent species we're used to have longer lifespans, but they break the stereotype for sure.
Yeah, they kind of live, mate, and then die.
They do.
It's rather
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah. It's a common lifestyle choice for
Lifestyle
lack of a
choice.
for lack of a better term for animals, but it's definitely not one you think of for intelligent animals. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that is so cool.
I wonder if this.
Octopus living in little octopus cities.
I wonder if they have
Now
one
I just need
here.
to like watch octopus videos. I bet that could really calm my students down as watching octopus videos.
Calm them down or horrify them. It could go either
Oh,
way.
both. A
or
little bit of
both.
both. We'll call them A.
Both
We'll
is
call them
good.
B.
Oh, I've always kind of loved them. I think their color changing pattern for some of them is really cool. Or they,
Yes.
you know.
Yes. 100%. No, in the octopus towns, when someone asks another octopus, "Oh, like, why don't you have any kids yet?" It's because I would die.
I'm not ready to die yet.
I'm not ready to die yet. Once I'm ready to die, I'll have a kid. I wonder, yeah, because they also have a lot, I believe, of
I think
offspring, don't
so.
they? Science fiction has definitely like taken the concept of uh species having like huge amounts of offspring and only some of them survive even for intelligence creatures.
Mm.
The ramifications are pretty horrifying. Like if you consider like, oh my gosh, if that really were a thing for an alien species, like they would just like it would be a way of life. Like, oh yeah, we have hundreds of offspring and only, a handful survive to adulthood. It's like, oh god.
Okay, you didn't Google it, right? I want you to guess if you didn't.
Oh, how many offspring? Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
and
there's
there's
of
a
course
range, so
how many eggs they lay. Is that
yeah,
is that the okay?
yeah. Not how many make it overall, but just like how many
Um,
legs, eggs.
it's always like a fuck ton.
You're
But
not
I'm
wrong.
scared of guessing too high. I'm gonna guess 200. Way too much.
Higher.
Way more. So 2,000.
I mean, you are adding more digits. I'll let you go one
More
more
than
time.
that.
Yeah.
So 20,000.
100 to 400,000 depending on the species. Right? That's a lot of eggs. Granted, they're like these tiny little eggs,
So
but still.
wow, how many survive? That's
That is the
insane.
question, right?
I mean, yeah, that's absolutely crazy. I mean, I guess a lot of things want to come snack on those sweet, sweet octopus eggs, so they gotta like.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the octopus also is protecting them before she die.
According to Reddit, octopus lay 56,000 eggs at a time. So it's probably in their
Lovely.
lifespan that they do 100,000 to 400,000, but still.
That is
Ah,
insane.
can you can you eat octopus eggs? Yes. Ew. No, I'm good. I'm good on octopus roe. I'm not a caviar kind of person. Uh,
I do like it on sushi. I mean, obviously, I've never had octopus eggs on sushi, but
yeah.
I've definitely like as long as you don't think about what you're eating, you're
Usually it's
fine.
fine.
Just don't think about it too much.
Okay, so you wanted to know how many survive?
Yes, how many actually make it?
Okay, so out of the 100 to 400,000, about 1 to 2 thousands make it.
1 to 2,000?
Yeah. Or at least survive becoming mature octopuses.
Right, mature octopuses, but that doesn't mean they'll all reproduce. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
They just they really do just lay a whole bunch and then hope for the best.
Wow. Yeah, I imagine a lot of them get eaten before they can reproduce as well.
Probably.
Wow.
And I know
Octopi are so cool.
it's the females that are always protecting the eggs and stuff too, so yeah. Or well, let's see, in many species the female octopus dies after laying her eggs, providing no further care or protection for her young. I thought they lived a little bit longer to protect them until they like hatch.
That's what I remember hearing is they protect their eggs and then die,
I'm not gonna
which
trust
is
the AI overview on that one.
yeah.
I don't trust you. Oh,
Yeah. Oh man, having the AI overview always pop up whenever you search something. It's so tempting just to like take what it says. And it can
there's
be really frustrating because they'll provide the links to where they got stuff, so you'll
mhm,
click on it. And sometimes it can be tricky to figure out where they got that in the
right.
article. and you're like, mm.
Like, what mysterious article did you pull this tidbit from? Because this article says you're wrong.
Yeah, yeah. It can be frustrating to search stuff about kids
Mm-hmm.
on the internet because
Oh.
everything is so contradictory.
And everybody has their opinions and stuff too, so it's always going to
Yeah.
be different and varying, unfortunately.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, that's so weird. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's there we go. They stop eating for around 6 months until the eggs have hatched. So yeah, they're around until the eggs have hatched about, but they just stop eating. So they just off themselves until their eggs hatch, and then they're like, "All right, I'm dead."
Wow. The ultimate sacrifice.
What does that say? Okay, of the thousands of eggs, only one or two. Wait, like one or two, like just one or two, or one or two
I think
thousand?
they would mean one or two. Because in
That's
general,
crazy.
like, you only get to replace yourself and maybe do two.
Wow, maybe it is just one or two out of the hundreds of thousands.
Those delicious, delicious eggs.
Blech.
They're irresistible.
All right, yeah, sea life, they have their own appetites.
Yeah, they 100% do. I feel like it would be really, really cool to do a scuba dive, but I think it would be too nerve-wracking for me nowadays. I should have done it when I was a teenager.
And you're more adventurous.
Because like the idea of getting to explore the ocean floor with like a tour sounds so cool, but also so terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, you could find like a safe one that's almost maybe like the coral reefs. You could do a coral reef
Mhm.
snorkeling or something. That'd probably be
I think I would
easier.
also be nervous, yeah, about going even more than like 10 feet underwater because I would like not be super confident in my abilities to get back up. Snorkeling sounds more chill. Snorkeling, there's less tech involved.
Yeah.
Scuba diving, there's more technology involved. We did
Yeah, you have to do
a
training for scuba diving.
yeah, you do. You
Yeah.
do. When I was a 6th grader,
Mm-hmm.
they had this really cool program at our school in which we basically trained to be astronauts.
Okay.
Yeah, I lived in a
Did
rich
you go
school
to space
district.
camp?
No,
Oh,
but
okay.
we did build a model like space thing. And the most expensive part, I believe, of the experience, and I'm sure the parents paid some of this cost,
Oh, probably.
was going to a like scuba diving like training center.
Oh.
And they did some basic stuff with us. It's been so
Hmm.
long, I don't remember the specifics of what
Mm-hmm.
we did, but we got to put on some suits and go inside the pool. It was really, really cool.
Part of me wants to do that now. All right, can I
Yeah.
get scuba diving certified before going to Australia and then
Oh
drag
my
them out into the
god!
ocean with me? All
That's
right.
right.
Going scuba diving because your
Yes.
coasts are horrifying. I would probably be
Yeah.
too afraid to step on like well, unless they like boated you out a distance. The only thing, and I remember reading about it a long time ago, but it stuck with me, are stonefish that
Mhm.
live like right off the coast in Australia, and if you step on them, they are venomous. Venomous? Venomous.
Mm.
Yeah. So they can fuck you up.
That's pretty
Not,
terrifying. I
yep.
don't think I'd be willing to walk anywhere without shoes in Australia.
It's probably
You're
smart.
gonna you're gonna die. You're just gonna die.
I was actually talking with our friend about that. Because I was talking about our volcanoes over here.
Mm.
It's like one of them's gonna go off, and then they can just all take us out at the same time when all five of them explode. He's like, nah, nah, you have volcanoes, and we have like at least the things here. Is like, no, because everything there wants to kill you. Ours are just nature made.
They just
Also,
wait.
but
They're just waiting. Very, very, very long geologic periods of time.
Yeah, they're dormant. They're chill. It's fine.
I used to, like, imagine what it would be like, to go through the giant earthquake that's forecasted to happen in, like, the next 100 years.
Oh, the
Um,
big one or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I stopped doing that because it's no longer, like, an interesting, like, disaster movie. It's now like, "Oh god, that's terrifying." Now, one perk about both of our houses is one-story houses,
Hmm.
are less dangerous.
Yes.
Higher stories are more dangerous. And so, like, I feel like my plan, because we live next to a pretty long, stretch of just asphalt outside our house
Hmm.
that has some other one-story house. I would grab my people, run out the nearest exit, and just go into the middle of that, and then basically watch the power lines.
Yeah.
Make sure that the power lines don't land on us, and then we would, wait it out there, because there aren't any tall trees or things that could fall on us right there. It's tricky because you wanna get under something that could protect you, but, like, oh, actually, hold on. New plan, new plan. I think this is a good plan. Oh, it
New
might not be a good
disaster
plan.
plan.
Okay, there's this giant heavy table in our living room, as you know,
Hmm.
but it's right next to this really old fireplace that I fear could absolutely crumble on top of it. Um, in the case of a giant earthquake, so I'm not sure if I feel confident about it protecting us.
I don't think that fireplace is going to take out your table, though. If your table's
Yeah,
sturdy enough. No.
yeah.
It's not like it would
They
happen all
say,
at once either. It would probably be like a few rocks and stuff here or there, and then.
yeah, maybe that would be safer because I'm paranoid about getting trapped under rubble. And
I
so, like,
mean,
the idea of, like, being outside, yes, you are more at risk of, like, a tree or a power line falling at you,
hmm.
but I feel like you're less likely to get trapped under rubble, so it's like,
Yeah, outside it's like tree, power line, and people are what you have to worry about.
gotta watch
Inside
out for those
it's
people.
not getting crushed by your own house.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't have any of our shelving anchored, which isn't that big of a deal because most of them just don't have that much heavy stuff very high up. So
Hmm.
they would all get broken. All the stuff on it would get broken, but it shouldn't be too much of a hazard to us. And that shelf is kind of heavy on the top. That could kind of hurt. I don't think our fridge is anchored
I guess I have the
either.
bookshelf. I'm trying to think of like heavy things in this house. There's the bookshelf. And then that's kind of it. I have the fish tank in my office. Like that would be really unfortunate, and I'd have to maybe try to deal with that some way, or like put Simon in a little container and just be like, "All right, we're
You
out."
you grab like a Ziploc or you grab like a plastic container, go scoop. Would you go
Pretty
under
much.
the table like in your living room? Would that be your go-to?
Um, Possibly. If I had the big table in there still, absolutely, because that table is sturdy as hell. I could also just go to the garage though.
Oh.
This garage
Yeah,
doesn't
thank you
have
much.
anything up there really. It's two-story, but the loft isn't that threatening, I guess. So,
Yeah. I don't know anything about like structural engineering. So I don't know in what way my house is going to crumble.
did you guys ever take care of that thing?
Oh, like
The
the
crack in the
issues.
foundation?
No.
Nah, well,
No. No, nah.
yeah.
Nah. Nah.
Oh well.
Have you watched those videos of earthquake simulators they use to test buildings? Oh, those are
Not in a
so wild.
long time, but yeah, I have seen them.
Those are really trippy. You're like, "Oh, that's scary."
Trying to think, what would actually probably take us out first? There's the earthquakes, there's
The quake is a lot more
volcanoes.
immediate. Let's see.
More
I'm
than the
gonna look it up.
volcanoes? Because I know they've been rumbling, but they haven't been like actually active.
I'm gonna look it up.
Okay. We're doomsday theorizing,
That's right.
listeners. That's
You can make your predictions now. Not that I'm gonna get a decisive answer, but maybe I'll find some estimates.
there was the tsunami not that long ago too,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy for our coast. At least we don't really get tornadoes over here, so we can probably knock that one out.
There is okay. This is I think not part of the prediction because this is one that um is not dangerous at all to us.
Okay.
But there is a volcano, an axial seamount is a mile underwater, 300 miles out to
Yeah.
sea. Um and it should erupt any day, but it's not dangerous. It's very, very deep.
If anything, I feel like that would just make another like little land mass or something.
Yeah,
Yeah. Now I've heard of that one. There's also what is it? The fault line is shifting or something.
I'd believe it. Let's see. It's only giving me information about axial seamount. No, I want the most. Give me one that's dangerous.
Is it the
Dangerous.
San Andreas fault line? Is that what it's called?
That one I think is in California. I don't know if it goes all the way up here.
Marking the boundary between the Pacific and North American tectonic plates. Yeah. There's cracks. There's cracks and it's a little horrifying.
Mm. I can't freaking give me information.
Hopefully California doesn't get another huge one though, because that would not be great. Not
Well,
bad.
they have volcanoes in the Pacific Northwest threat score and when they last erupted.
Mm-hmm.
Mount St. Helens last erupted in 2008. What did it do? It must have done a little baby eruption.
Nothing important. Nothing special.
Yeah, I imagine volcanoes are pretty tricky to predict.
Oh, probably. Oh, I see where it is. Okay. Interesting. I was looking at the fault line. It goes like along the outside of the top of California, like off the coast, and then slowly slips in around San Jose and then goes down.
Slips into San Jose's DMs.
Yeah,
we
definitely.
would
Oh.
always tease my mom because her name is Helen.
Mm-hmm.
So we would be like, "Oh, you gotta watch out."
Oh, the temper on that one.
Mount, yeah,
That's
volcanic
funny.
nature.
Oh,
If I was gonna have like a natural landmass named after me, well, my first thought would be cool to have a glacier, but I'm like, but all the glaciers are gonna be gone in a few years, so maybe not that one.
all the
Um,
glaciers are melting. So,
I think a river,
a river.
like a little, just a stream, because all the major rivers, of course. I don't know how I would have any valid claim to having a stream named after me, but if I could pick one, that's what I would pick.
I think I go with a forest.
Oh, good choice,
I
good
would like a
choice.
forest. That would be cool. Don't know exactly what they would call it because the Chelsea Woods sounds a little weird, but you know.
Yeah, figure out how to change it. I was listening to another podcast and it discussed the scientific names for things.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a bit of a wild west, and species are okay to be named after people, um, which can have some unfortunate side effects when
Oh,
you're like, oh, so there's a beetle named after Hitler.
it's a Hitler beetle.
And yeah, I don't have the exact name off the top of my head, but but it's Latin name. And so neo-Nazis, like, want to have one for their collection,
Of course they do.
and so it really affected the Beatles, environmentally. They didn't have really that much risk to them beforehand, so their unfortunate name has,
It
really gotten them.
looks like an ant, honestly.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like it looks like an orangey ant, but like its thorax is bigger. That's it. It's
Yeah.
ano and enough enough the enough Hitleri.
Yeah, just force you to read Latin names on the pod.
I've been going through it with languages, man. I want to get back into language studies again because I miss them.
Ooh.
Like I have a book.
Which ones do you wanna study?
I need to brush back up on my Japanese, real bad.
Ah,
Um,
yes.
but other things like I have a Greek book out in the living room that I've like touched here and there on, but I would like to learn Greek. Honestly, any languages would be cool. I've always had the dream, but not the brain capacity to just like learn as many languages as possible. That's just not the way life worked, but
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, that is really, really cool.
Maybe in
My
another.
one of my siblings has, translated bit by bit, a couple Japanese novels as, like, a study.
Oh, nice.
Um, one um I remember she would show I would be listening to her talk to my dad, and she would be pointing out particular phrases and words that were really difficult to translate
Oh,
and that there weren't clear answers on, which would totally happen
yeah.
with most books. Like, I was thinking of some of the books I've read where there's made up phrases, there's made up words, there's phrases that are just there for artistic purposes,
Hmm.
and so I'm like, "Oh my god, that's so real." Like, how on earth would you attempt to decode what the author means if you're translating it from a language you don't speak? Like, that would be really
Yeah,
challenging.
and I know that that's a job, but like, yeah, there are some things that exist in one language and just don't exist in the other language. You can get close sometimes, but sometimes you just gotta do your best. You're like, well, we'll say
Oh,
this.
it's so real. The localization team did a really good job, in the Apollo Justice trilogy. We finished the first one, we're on the second one. But I can't remember the particular joke, but there was one that Alex and I looked at each other and were like, "Ooh, that one couldn't be translated, could it?" We could tell the localization team did their best,
Yeah.
but it was probably just one of those jokes that only made sense in Japanese.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
their options were completely rewrite the joke or, like, try to salvage part of it for English speaking audiences. They try the second one. I personally think that there is nothing wrong with rewriting a joke that only makes sense in that particular culture. There's also the third option, which I've also seen in anime, especially, My Ordinary Life, which is a ton of Japanese puns,
Hmm.
in which they just pop up with a text box that explains the joke. That's okay too. I think jokes can still be funny when you explain the joke. So, like, that's okay too. It doesn't work in all contexts, but
That's fun. I
yeah.
man, I need to see, but I have so many TikToks to send you, even if you don't have it anymore.
Hell yeah.
There are a couple of Japanese guys that I watch, and they go through and translate words. Like one of them will be like, "All right, what's this in Japanese?" They're
Oh,
both
I've
Jap.
seen this
Yeah.
channel. Well, I can't remember their names, but yes.
the
Yes, that
one
duo is
last,
really
the one last night was about women. He's like, "All right, how do you say younger sister?" And it was Moto, but like the word he like broke down the word. He's like, "All
broke
right,
down.
it means woman not yet." It's like
Oh,
okay.
yep, yeah.
And then there was older sister, which was woman on market.
Oh, no.
I don't remember what wife
Oh,
was.
boy.
Probably woman off market or woman taken or something like that. But then there was ex-wife. And ex-wife was appetizer. And I
Oh
was
no,
like,
that's
wow,
really
men are
bad.
petty. All right.
Oh, jeez, that's awful. Oh, what's that other short film artist?
But no, I every time I come across those guys, I'm just like, oh
Oh, jeez.
no, I don't know
My
what to do.
sister my sister sent me one of his recently and I really like his content. It's gonna drive me crazy until I find it.
It's probably my most recently liked, but I have so many of those that I would take.
Okay, here we go. Okay, Kyotoko. He's the one that here I can like just show you. And can you see this?
Oh,
This is a terribly
you're
this
gonna.
is a terribly inefficient way to
Okay,
do this.
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, have you seen his content at all?
I have not. No.
Oh, I'll send you a link to his channel because I think you're really gonna like him.
Okay.
And he tells origins and legends and stories of Japanese culture. This one is about addressing animals correctly in Japanese and the different suffixes you used for different animals. And he has a great sense of humor. So anyone that's into Japanese culture, I highly recommend Kyotoko.
Also,
He's
these are the
adorable.
guys I was talking about, and so you guys should check them out. It's Real Real Japan.
Oh, yep, there they are. There they are. They're so good. Their
So shout
comedic
out to them.
timing is very satisfying.
It's awesome, and the expressions, they're great. They know what they're doing for sure.
Yes. It's quite lovely.
See, I want to travel there too. Never
Yeah.
been. I need to go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I still have an
Talk
article open on the
Japan.
giant octopuses. By the way, did you know? I'm pretty sure it's. I always thought it was octopi, and I don't think it is. I think it's octopuses.
Language can be whatever your heart desires.
Yeah, are we all
I've heard it both.
wordsmiths?
I have heard it both ways. So, irregular verbs, right?
Mm-hmm.
I watched this really interesting video by a YouTuber called Rob Words. So if you're into the English language, so it's a fun channel. And he basically explained that irregular verbs often become regular, like have the ed suffix at the end,
Mm-hmm.
the less they're used. Because let's say you want to say like floated,
Mm-hmm.
maybe there was like maybe there used to be a special version of that word before it became floated. Well, if you didn't know the fancy irregular version of that word, you'd be like floated. You would just add the ed at the end because you're like, okay, they'll know what I mean.
Yeah.
If you add ed at the end, it makes it past tense. And so you can go and look at old dictionaries and look at frequency dictionaries, like how often words are used in English language, and the irregular verbs at the bottom that aren't used as much stop being special after a while and revert to being ed. And there's currently some words that are in the process of converting to just being ed at the end, which I think is awesome.
Interesting.
I would love if English just became more regular. All of
Please
our
help
most
us.
common verbs are super weird and you have to memorize like fancy irregular versions of them.
I can't imagine coming over and trying to learn this stupid language.
Ugh.
And
Ugh.
I know it's one of the harder ones because, yeah, you have things like, and even as an American native speaker, just like, I
Yeah,
hate it.
it's a tough one.
Well, because there's two, two, and two.
Yep.
And then there's there, and there. You can change the enunciation a little bit, but not enough to really matter to anybody else who's listening to you.
Well, as you've watched from Real Real Japan,
Mhm.
Japanese has a ton of homophones
Yep.
as well, but they're all spelled with hiragana or katakana the same. With kanji, they are spelled differently. The nightmare in learning Japanese is the kanji because you have to
Yeah.
learn all of that. but the meaning is all contextual.
Yeah.
Um, but the spelling in English is
Well, that's like why he was like, oh
you
yeah,
would need
for
a textbook for every word.
when that was something that the main guy pointed out for ex-wife being appetizer. He's like, it's a different kanji, right? He's like, yeah. He's like, oh, good. Well, not good,
Yeah,
but good.
it's a different kanji.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm not looking forward to learning teaching Kellen to read because um I get angry at spelling even though I don't find spelling necessarily that difficult, but I'm like, how on earth did I learn to spell in the beginning? This is all bullshit. And I think the reason that teachers and families and everything is pushing, like, get your kid to read as much as possible when they're young, is I think that's what teaches you to spell.
It helps
You
for sure.
just see the word enough times and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, you just learned that like all the words that end in IGHT, you pronounce it ite. Why does it have a G in there? I don't know, but you pronounce it that way.
Or eight. Is it?
Okay, well, you fucked everything up. See? This is why we can't have nice
It's
things.
like, well, because there is a weight. Um, as in the heft of something.
I bet octopus language makes perfect sense. And when if they were to write it down, their spelling would be immaculate.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah. The problem is even if we were like to start over from scratch with a language, you always are going to get shortcuts.
Oh, for
So
sure.
like with a language like Japanese, you start out with well, I don't actually know the history of the writing system in Japan. I wouldn't be surprised if kanji came first as they borrowed Chinese characters, then hiragana and kata came later but if you were going to build a writing system that was entirely phonetical,
Hmm.
like it's so easy for like shortcuts or exceptions to slip to just sneak in there. And once you start with one, another one pops up and another one pops up. And it's especially true because all languages are amalgamations of multiple languages, some
Hmm.
more than others.
Ours.
Um
Ours is a
yeah,
huge,
ours is this
messy
huge one.
boiling
Yeah.
pot.
But
Yeah.
yeah. Um but yeah, that is really tough. I was kind of curious the other day, like there are some languages that are just kind of like combinations of two languages in particular.
Mm.
Like French in whatever native language was spoken before it was colonized, or English
Mm.
in whatever language was spoken before they were colonized. I think those are called creoles. I'm not a linguist. And they're legitimate languages, just to be
Yeah.
clear. But I haven't studied what is their spelling system like? Because
Uh,
I imagine for the different phonemes that come from their different languages, figuring out what set of characters you want to use to spell each thing. I just hope to God it's consistent. Please let it be consistent. That's all I want in a spelling system.
I think I could be wrong about this, so I want to look it up really quick. But I think I remember hearing about how our like numeric system started, at least not words, but at least the numbers. Um,
Numbers. Get into those sweet, sweet numbers. I've definitely watched a couple videos on the origin of our writing our number system, but have definitely forgotten it.
okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. So in the English numeral system, uh, we use Arabic numerals, which originated. This says in India.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
sounds
Okay,
right to
which
me.
could
Yeah,
be correct, but yeah. So yeah, the Middle Eastern influence and things like that, and we use their numbers, and it's like, yeah,
base
cool.
10 feels so right to me. There are cultures that use base 20, which I get. We got our toes as well,
Oh, Hindu
but
Arabic numerals. There
I
we go.
I really like base 10. I just it feels like the right amount to hold before you move up to the next one. Like 20 sounds like too much to keep track of before moving on to the next decimal value.
The next, yeah, you know.
Place value. That's the word I was looking for. I don't teach math anymore.
I never. No, I am not a math person. I am a basic maths, and then that's about it.
Just gotta get the amount of math you need to get through your day, you know?
Yes, they need to stop just being like, no, you're absolutely going to use quadratic equations in your normal everyday life.
We can do a
For sure.
whole episode about how I would redesign the American education system, but I guess we can do that on a different day because that's gonna take a while.
Yeah, but I'm
And
sure
then we
a
can
lot
do
of people
another
have.
where I just talk about how I would redesign the transportation system.
Let me let me go do some more traveling first, and then I will also chime in on how we should
True,
change the
true.
transportation system.
You can explain how the other ones you've tried out feel. Oh yeah, I remember so the nice thing about Australia is they speak English.
Yeah.
So that's not a barrier. Australian English. That's not a barrier to figuring your way around. But I remember trying to catch the correct bus to get where we needed to go
Mm.
and being really baffled by Google Maps and trying to tell us what station was what.
Oh.
So, look forward to that. It is a bit of a learning curve. I mean, that's kind of the case no matter where you are,
I
though.
mean, I'm staying with Vex, so they get to take me around everywhere.
That's
I'm
right.
not doing
That's
that shit on my
right.
own. Are you
You don't
kidding
have
me?
to do any transport by yourself. You'll get to always go with them. Oh, that's such a relief. Yeah, we stayed in the hotel, so we had to figure out the busing system.
Yeah,
Straight
I'm
busing.
not gonna pay for a hotel. And they offered for me to stay there, so it's like perfect. That works. It's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Very
No,
good.
if I had someone else with me, then sure, I could figure out like the transportation system and call it a fun adventure. But since I'm by myself, I'm like,
Nah, I don't wanna deal
nah,
with that. No
uh,
thanks.
no, thank you. I am excited though because we were actually talking about that too because I asked for his address because like, all right, well, I'm gonna go look at things to do like near you and stuff, but you need to give me your address so I'm not like looking way over here, like
Yep,
five
yep, yep.
hours away. Um, and so he did, and he's like, oh yeah, everything northern will be easy to get to, and then everywhere else will just take like the train and stuff like that. He's like, oh, okay. Like, oh, they're kind of like the Max in Portland.
Do you
That's
think
fine.
they're do you think they're ever gonna build rail over the river? The
I
other day
wish.
I went midday um across the river
Hmm.
and it took 50 minutes there and 50 minutes back and it was midday. It was not during rush hour at all. And I was so upset. I mean, I got my delicious vegan cupcakes and they're very, very good.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I want to avoid that at all costs. That's so inefficient. It's
I mean,
so sucky.
they have Max lines that go over the river, but I don't know if they will, as much as we fight them on it, I don't know if they'll ever build like a real high speed rail for us to enjoy.
Wait, they have a oh,
I believe
they
so.
have buses that go over the river, right? They don't have like another,
There's the yellow line. The yellow line drops off at Delta Park.
but that just uses the regular highway system, right? Or
Uh, I mean, you can look it
sorry,
up. That's the one that I
let's
took
see.
to get into downtown for college.
Okay, maybe they do. Let's see.
Maybe it was
Options
just over the
to
river, and then there's a lot of riverage over there in the Portland area.
okay.
So you can see if
Maybe I
that one
don't know. Maybe I don't
suffices.
know what I'm talking about.
Well, I took the Max line a lot, so and I didn't like driving in downtown, so I had to figure something out.
Okay, hold on. Let me figure this out.
I type in Delta Park Max
Okay.
stop, I guess, and then from there you can figure.
Okay. Directions. Okay, then I pick.
A yellow line would be probably depending. I think they all go down there and then converge at one stop and then split off again. So depending on what part you're trying to avoid, getting to just that stop can help cut down traffic by a lot.
Yeah, so like, did you get on something in Vancouver that crossed over something that wasn't a highway?
Um, Probably. I mean, if the max line goes over bridges,
Let me
then
look it
yeah.
up.
There is one that,
Oh, maybe it goes like maybe it goes parallel to the highway.
yeah, probably parallel because it doesn't stop. I mean, it stops at its designated stops, but it doesn't like stop for cars. There is one, I think, in Vancouver. I don't remember which stop that was, though. I think that's the red line.
Huh.
Yeah, you should
The
play
max
around with their
the
little.
max orange line
Oh, or orange. It's one of them.
says it crosses the Columbia. But the okay, the AI overview says the max red line does not cross the Columbia River.
Okay.
The Columbia River is crossed by the max orange line via the Portland Milwaukee Light Rail Bridge. Oh, but does it not cross into Vancouver?
It crosses the Willamette River. So let's see here. Is Don't worry, listeners. We're just staring at our phones. You're fine.
Yeah, yeah, this is really riveting.
Okay, so the furthest up it looks like is either the Portland Airport on the red line or the Expo Center and or the Delta Park Vanport Center, which, like I said, those are easy. It crosses the Willamette River. That's what it's like. What do you mean? It does cross a river. It doesn't cross the Columbia, but the Columbia is also just like a little hop over. I would still suggest it just to get through the rest of it,
So,
depending on where your little shop is that you like to get your vegan treats.
so let's see. All of the things I'm seeing are you have to drive to the Fisher's Landing Transit Center, get on a bus. I don't see anything that lets you not have to deal with traffic. There is a separate bus lane on the highway.
But yeah,
And
it's
I know there's a ton of transit once you actually get into Portland.
so the Delta Vanport is in Portland still.
Oh, so
Yeah, yeah.
there's still no way to bypass the highway all to go across the river.
No, the
Once you get
Columbia.
in,
Yeah, the Columbia
yeah,
you still have to go over the bridge, but you can avoid everything
that's
else.
that's the bottleneck that I'm most frustrated with because even if I park at the exit closest to one of the bridges,
Mm-hmm.
you still then have to wait in an incredibly long line to get to have your turn to cross the bridge because there are thousands and thousands and thousands of other people that want to cross the two bridges at any given time per day. So what they really need to do is have a third option that lets that isn't a highway at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, they basically extend the max. I'm sure that they have proposed that over and over
Oh
and
yeah.
over again. And it's just yeah, it's hard to it is expensive. It's expensive to build over water, but every time I have to cross, I'm like this is so fucking inefficient. It makes me so mad.
Well, I'm so used to crossing the 205 and I-5 bridges that, like, once I can get to that point, the Delta Park stop, that's far enough for me. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just over the bridge. Awesome. And now I don't have to deal with any of the rest of Portland. And I just take the max and go down.
It is nice not to have to navigate the city. I will say that that is a big perk of
It's a
being able
city
to
for
get
walking,
in.
not driving.
Yeah. Yeah. The main issue I have is eliminating the insane traffic over the bridges, which is something that California has dealt with too. But they
Oh yeah.
also have a lot more robust public transportation system, at least in most cities.
Yeah.
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 I uh
I don't know.
I await our transportation overlords to bless us,
Overlords.
fix the problems.
Well, one of these times I'll take you over there and we can just go on like a fun little Portland trip or something. We'll have a girls' date and be like, all right, let's go. If
Yeah,
you're
it would
down.
it would be nice. It would be nice. I actually don't mind too much driving and then parking in a parking garage and then exploring. Um, but yeah, there's no way to cut out that bridge.
Just that
There's
one.
nothing you can do.
The other bridge that goes into downtown, though, that one's the one you get to avoid. Like, you get to go over the Willamette and stuff for the max.
That's true. You get to avoid a bridge.
Yeah. And
Always
that's the
avoid
bridge
bridges,
I hate.
guys.
I like the other bridge. I don't like the big bridge
Some
that goes over
bridges
the
do feel
Willamette.
sketchier than other bridges. That's
Well,
100%
it's also
true.
busier, in my opinion, because
Oh yeah,
it's people going into downtown. So that's
yeah,
the hub of everybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't have a choice. Like, yeah, there's a lot of people trying to get around within the city that have to use that bridge,
The last time
and
I went,
not just crossing.
the last time I went down there, it was to visit our friend Becca, and I had a van almost sideswipe me. And I was
Oh
like,
my
all right, buddy.
god.
It was so
Ugh.
stupid.
Ugh. Yeah, driving's not super fun.
Yeah, I don't enjoy driving in cities, but I've been doing it now that I have no choice if I have to.
You know what's terrible is I probably wouldn't take the bus to and from work unless there was a 10-minute difference between. Um, so even though I do have access to public transportation that would get me to work and back,
Mm-hmm.
because it takes twice as long, I'm not gonna do it.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
gonna go
no.
by car. But if traffic got so bad on my route that it took 30 minutes to get there, I would consider the 40-minute bus ride. I'd be like, we only have one car, and then I could leave the car for Alex, like, and I wouldn't have to be the one driving. I would consider it. I would also consider moving closer. Well, no, because the school I work at is in a really sketchy area. I wouldn't consider that. But yeah,
Yeah.
transportation can be definitely rough, and traffic has gotten worse on my route to work.
Yeah.
Um, though I have heard that the area that we live in
Mm-hmm.
had like the slowest growth rate last
Oh,
year.
nice.
Probably
Your
because it's kind of just like you got to do the math on how much
your
space there is
area
for
is
people to live.
your area is specifically
No,
within
just
that city or the whole city?
I think it was the county. I think it was the county.
Ah,
Had
wild.
the smallest growth rate recently, which I think is totally fine.
I mean, it's
Um,
expensive there, so
yeah, it is. It's very
nobody
expensive.
can afford it.
You could, yeah, it's kind of just the math of like, yeah, how much housing is there in an area, and once that's kind of full, yeah.
Yeah. Now everybody's moving up here now. Like, cool.
Yeah, no,
Awesome.
that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, eventually that will fill up until the housing becomes expensive there.
Yay. And then they'll all go back up to no, nobody can go to Seattle. Seattle's also expensive.
No, it's yeah, it's pretty
Everybody's like
afford.
moving inward from both directions. I'm just sitting here like, yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, no, that's 100% how it works. Especially because we live in a relatively nice climate area. The wildfires are gonna get worse for sure.
Well, yeah.
Um, but yeah. Yeah, if you don't wanna have to move to a different country, like, we're kind of as north as it gets, along with, well, the East Coast has its own climate issues. Nowhere is
Oh, yeah.
completely safe,
No.
but if you wanna try to get into Canada, good luck.
Okay, you got the East Coast, which has a lot of heat, and then what else do they have?
Intense snowstorms too.
Intense snowstorms, especially on the Great Lakes and things.
Yeah.
Um, they have they have some swells too. I don't think they have. Well, down south, I think there are tropical storms and
Oh
tornadoes and
yeah.
hurricanes.
Oh yeah.
I
The
don't think up
the
north,
hurricanes have been fucked down there.
New York doesn't really get like hurricanes or anything, right? I don't
New York
think.
gets flooding. New
Ow.
York is really, really struggling with the flooding um,
I mean,
challenges. At least on the
fair.
parts that are right next to the water.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be a lot of cities, especially coming up with water levels changing and all that stuff. The water's just
Yeah.
going to slowly creep.
No, I feel like if you're trying to escape the severe weather of your area, like there are going to be people that choose here. And even though, it's going from hurricanes to wildfires,
Yeah.
it's like, you know, it's not California wildfires, at least not yet.
No, man, that was still crazy. Yeah, that's the other problem is we have wildfires and then we also have wind with those wildfires, which does not help.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, but, you know, I definitely feel lucky. Like at least in the particular area we live in, like I feel like the amount of extreme weather I've experienced over the past few decades is a small
Oh, for
fraction
sure.
of what California or like the Northeast or the Southeast experience. Like
Yeah.
people that just go through hurricane season every year, I'm like, I would be moving out of there like right away. I'm dealing with that. That's terrifying.
Yeah, I can deal with that. And then also Tornado Alley. I can't.
No,
Tornado
no.
Alley is horrifying. It's like, all right,
Yeah, yeah.
I'll go move up north and just deal with a lot of snow and wear a lot of blankets or something, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's also somewhere I think people will probably go
Like
yeah, places like
Minnesota or something.
Minnesota, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they have their own climate
Oh,
issues.
probably.
Probably droughts, I would imagine, but it's not a hurricane or a giant terrifying wildfire.
Yeah, and
Canada, do you have space for all of us? I bet all the glaciers melting up north make more space.
they do have a lot of land up there, but I don't
Your
know
your
about that.
neighbor knocking on your door like, "Hey, can I stay with you tonight?"
The babysitter's weird, and I don't like it here anymore. Can we stay with you?
Canada has had a huge amount of immigration in the last few years, which has been challenging for uh everybody.
Oh, I'm sure.
Uh, it's a really delicate thing. You have to try to like mesh multiple cultures and like the social services of
Hmm.
your city, and you have to be really thoughtful and well planned about it. And it can be awesome. We don't have a choice. People are just gonna have to move. We have to figure this shit out. But it's difficult. So Canada is not gonna let us stay there. I'm sorry to say. They're like
No.
they're already figuring shit out. They're not gonna let us stay there.
No.
They're closed.
They're
You
closed.
can you can knock all you want. They're still figuring shit out.
They have locked the door, the padlock's on now. They've just made sure deadbolt's done. Like, we're not
It's like,
getting in.
but the climate. I'm sure they have their own climate
Say
issues to
as if
deal
the
with.
climate also doesn't affect them. We're still all on the
No, they're
same
fine.
planet.
They're fine. Don't look at them too closely. Don't look it up. I'm sure everything is going great in Canada right now.
Oh, man. Probably better than here. But I digress. No, there was one.
Yeah, the Patreon episode today is just us like going really
Asking
deep
other
on
countries.
our political opinions.
Well, I wanted to do one last Google search really quick. So you brought up New York going underwater. Florida's also going underwater.
Yeah, and
And that's
Florida
okay.
unfortunately had a lot of the first
I
word that
don't
came
take
to
it
mind
back.
was terraforming.
Oh,
But that's not the correct word. But they drained a lot of swamps. They changed a lot of the um ecosystems in such a way that made the areas yeah, a lot more hazardous. Um
mm,
yeah.
it's Venice.
Florida was not meant to be settled by man, and yet we forced it upon it. And so everyone living in those areas is kind of in a war against the natural way that Florida wants to be.
But that's also because there's just a lot of older folks going there to retire who are stuck in their ways, and they're like, no, Florida should be this way. It's like, okay, well, you're also just going to be underwater in like 100 years, so
Oh, man, I really feel for people that live in New Orleans. Just basically
yeah,
having to slowly lose their city. Like,
that
that's
does suck.
so
And
sad.
there's a
I mean,
lot of history there too.
yeah, that's just gonna be underwater or flooded regularly. Like, they're gonna have to pick up the whole city and freaking move it.
In Venice is what I was talking about. Venice is sinking.
Oh, yeah.
Like I've seen some
Yes.
videos where people will be walking along the pathways and like water will be up and over it, and it's like that's so crazy.
There's a few island nations that have just been having to move all of their inhabitants other places. That would be so sad.
It'll be like the modern Atlantis. It's so wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Scuba
crazy.
divers are gonna go down there and be like, "Oh shit."
The plant's still
There's a
around 1,000 years from now. They're gonna be like, there's a whole city down here.
Yeah, all the people have since long, long, long moved on.
Oh yeah.
No, that
Uh,
fly really likes you.
I don't like him. He needs to stay away.
It's a one-sided. It's
Oh,
unrequited love.
love. Hmm. All right, he seems to have left, I think, for now. All right, we can hop on over to the
Let's
Patreon.
do
He's
it.
back.
Let's do it.
The Patreon's gonna be me with a vendetta against this fly. All
Yeah, it's just gonna be you spotting the fly.
right, see y'all on the Patreon. Bye.
Bye.